and welcome to episode 22 of the Two Steps Forward Sneaker Podcast.
What up?
What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us again for another week. Before we get too far into it, we're at Two Steps Pod on Instagram and Twitter, and it's Two Steps Forward Sneaker Podcast on YouTube. Let us know what you guys think about the YouTube coming back like in full with full episodes there, because we did start doing that again last week.
Yep.
What's new with you, man?
Same old, man. Just sitting at home watching movies.
Word?
Getting out.
What's the latest one that you watched?
The latest one I watched is yesterday. I watched this old Japanese movie called Seven Samurai. It was like 3.5 hours long.
Damn.
It was dope though. It was a good movie. And I've been watching a lot of old movies lately. And yesterday I watched this other joint called it's like a trilogy of movies, but it's Polish director, but he like did it in France. It's called the Three Colors Trilogy, and it did it like in the French flag, the blue, white, and red, and it's just like three different stories, but they kind of connect at the end, and those are dope too. But
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so I just kind of been binging, just staying at home and like kind of watching that. I put The Wire on hold. I got to the fifth season of The Wire, and then kind of been slower to finish that. It's not my favorite season of the show.
Yeah.
But
that's a show I definitely need to go watch. Is The Wire.
Yeah, I think The Wire is like, I wouldn't say flawless, but it's damn near.
Yeah.
Easily, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, listen to new music. West FOG1s just came out. Been bumping that. The new DaBaby joint came out, but I heard that's pretty whack.
Yeah, I haven't liked it very much so far, but
true.
I'm still listening to it.
That meme you sent with the little piano.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Man.
I like DaBaby, man, but I feel like he's what's going to hold him down is just kind of like redundant, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like, and it's kind of funny. I feel like every artist kind of talks about the same stuff, because even like West FOG1, like I love the dude, but like his content is the same thing on like every single album, you know? But somehow like it keeps you engaged, like good features, good beats, like something is different, something keeps you there, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, for DaBaby, I don't know, I don't think it's really like getting like that, you know? But
yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Like even the album, listening to it so far, it's been just like whatever, just like playing it, and like a lot of the songs is like more auto-tune than I remember DaBaby using.
Is he trying to like, because I heard people say that he's trying to like go into like a new crowd, not a new crowd, but like a new sound, because people have been kind of like criticizing him about like his stuff already sounding the same, because of like he kind of has the same formula, which I think works for him. I don't like mind it, you know, but I think he's trying to like do something else, because I heard that there is like a little bit more like melodic songs on there and things like that, like from flows that he hasn't used before that he's doing, you know?
Definitely. I was listening to some songs, I was like, this is one of those, like, this is, you know how like artists put an album together and they got those like those radio songs or those songs for the ladies, like type stuff, like there were a bunch of songs like that. Maybe not a bunch. I haven't listened to the whole album.
Right, yet, but there's some on there.
There's some on there like that, and like it's definitely different than what he's been doing.
I got you.
And there's even one that's like almost like country-ish a little bit.
Yeah,
and I was just
interesting. Is that feature anybody?
I would have to check.
True.
Yeah.
It's funny, on the West FOG1s joint, he got a joint with Wale, and it's like kind of like a girl joint too, you know. But it's like about being in Paris, meeting a chick, and things like that. It's real interesting. He dropped a meme on I'm sure someone else made it, and then he saw it and put it on his Twitter, but he put a meme, you know, the meme that was like, change my mind, such and such is better than this, and it's like his album is better than DaBaby's album, and I'm like, that's gonna ruffle some feathers, bro. Like, no way that DaBaby's gonna see that and just gonna let that fly, you know? So I'm getting ready for like
a little beef.
It's gonna be something I hope not, because I like both of them, and I don't, like, to me, like, beef like that is unnecessary. But when you're an artist and you put something like that on your Twitter, you're doing that shit on purpose.
Yeah,
you want to ruffle some feathers, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So we'll see. So yeah, man, just kind of doing that, like, you know, new music. I heard that music streams are down, actually, which is surprising to me. And in the quarantine, I would think it'd go up, but I saw Fonte from Little Brother. He talked about how probably people stream more music in their drive while they're driving,
doing stuff,
and people aren't really out driving like that. So he was like, it's just gonna have to adjust, and people see that their new music listening time is to like when they go take a walk or something like that, you know. But for me, like, my favorite place to listen to music is still driving, and I will go out for a drive and just listen to music. Like, sure, things are closed, but it's not illegal to go out and drive places. You know what I mean?
I could definitely see that though, because like when I'm listening to music, it's usually on a drive, or I'm like cleaning up, or I'm just like
Right.
I'm doing something. It's not just like I'm sitting listening to music.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like we consume music in such a different way lately. These days, I feel like it's before like you used to get a CD and like sit down, put the headphones on, listen to it, or like you put in a CD player. But like now it's on our phone, so it's like even if we listen on our phones, we're doing something else in the background on our phone. It's on a computer, and we're doing something else on the background in our computer. So we definitely consume that stuff very differently than how we used to. So.
And we're not even getting the same like type of quality of music
at
because
all.
We're listening to streaming and because we're using Bluetooth and all these different things.
Straight up. So it's funny to me when people complain about like mixing and things. I'm like, bro, you're listening to it on a computer laptop, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not to say that that's an excuse to have shitty mixing, but like the way you're consuming the music is not in the best way possible. So I don't understand like and at the same time it makes the artists spend less money on, because nowadays artists record their shit on like a laptop anyways. And not to say that you can't make high quality music on a laptop, but it's very different than if you were to record in like
a big studio,
big studio mixed professionally and things like that,
definitely.
So it's really interesting, man. It's really good. I just wonder where this is all going, and it's like, again, like music still sounds good. You still get good songs, good music, good artists, but it's really interesting to see where it's gonna go from there,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into some sneaker stuff. So
before that, you want to talk about I had talked about, I think this came out on Friday, the StockX.
Oh yeah.
What's it called? So I got this email from StockX, and it's like, just to the email, I'm sure if you guys listen to this, I'm sure you guys buy from StockX. I'm sure you guys got the email too. But like the whole like 3% buyer fee and it's like, aren't you already doing this? Like, what do you mean? And it's like, and I thought the excuse was pretty shitty from them because they were like, oh yeah, like there's more going on and this and that. And I'm like, bro, like maybe more people are buying now, but like you guys are shipping slower. Like there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on, and it's like in the COVID situation or whatever, like I'm just surprised that this is the time for them to be doing that,
It makes me wonder if they had this already planned as a rollout and then they were just like, we're still gonna go forward with it, because it does seem like, just like PR wise, this is like the worst time to put something like this out.
There was a funny meme I saw. I don't know if I shared it with you. It was from the Wire. We just talked about The Wire, but there's a scene where Marlo from The Wire, he's talking to the co-op, and it's like all of them, like they buy their drugs together. Like they like have a co-op for the drugs, and then he leaves the meeting. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, price of the brick just went up, and then it was like stimulus checks just went out. StockX, oh yeah, the price of the brick just went up. And it's like,
they know people got money to spend now.
Exactly. So it's like, it's real funny to me, and it's like, my thing is like, we always joked about how StockX, I hate how they don't tell you the price like straight out, because it's like, okay, you win a bid for a 225 or whatever, and then you go to the page and it gives you a price, and then you go review purchase, and it's bigger than the other price. And it's like, bro, you just gave me 3 different prices through 3 different steps, and now this price is gonna be even more now. And if you sell a shoe, you don't get nothing. Like if you sell a shoe, they take like a whole and I understand fees, but they take a whole, like when you sell a shoe for 150, you walking out of there with 110. You know what I mean? Like, I'm exaggerating, but like it might as well be, And it's just interesting to me. And it's like, but like there's another part of me that wants to be rational and be like, okay, does this make sense? Like, is this a fee that like what do you think? Is this something that they need to do, or is this just them trying to like get more money out of us?
See, like, I think it's them trying to get more money.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, like, I honestly do think it was something that they probably have already planned to do, and then just timing is what messed them up. But they probably had some sort of projections that they wanted to hit for their own like internal practices. But I just don't understand it, because like StockX is already more expensive than GOAT, because of like the shipping being extra. Like on GOAT, the shipping's $10 as a buyer. StockX, it's like $15.
Yeah.
You combine that with the fact that eBay has already removed all seller fees. There's no fees for buying on eBay. So like, I don't understand how like this is a good idea, especially in the times. Like, even if you had that planned, like why roll this out now?
Do you think they've gotten a hit from eBay doing that and more people going to GOAT and they're doing that to try to make up? Or do you think, like, I haven't seen any numbers to see who's doing better, at least between GOAT and StockX. But I wonder, is this a sign that StockX is not doing as well as we think they are, or something like that?
I mean, I'm sure that, because the thing too is when the market suffers, even though StockX is still a lot of the time setting the market price, or at least the lower market price.
Right.
They're still also collecting less fees. So, like, you know, when Off-Whites are selling for $1,000 and all of a sudden they're selling for $700, there were probably projections that they had taken into account, forecasting sales numbers, stuff like that.
For sure.
That they're not realizing anymore. They're not seeing that money come in.
Yeah.
So, like, it is still something where they could have been hurting. Now, in terms of the question of whether GOAT or StockX was hurting more from this, I definitely think GOAT, because their infrastructure is a lot worse in terms of setting up. Like StockX, when there were closures, they were just able to move to another warehouse and just keep things going. Whereas like GOAT is struggling a little bit more in that regard.
So like earlier, you said that StockX is more expensive than GOAT, but I always see like for the last few shoes I bought, GOAT and StockX, I feel like the prices on GOAT were always a little bit more, but that's because of like the price of the sellers sets. But I still rather go. I think for some reason I think GOAT. Like in my experience, I'm not saying that shoes that come through GOAT are perfect, but I see less flaw in shoes from GOAT than I do from StockX. And part of me wonders, not because I don't think GOAT would reject the flaws, but I think that maybe the people that sell on GOAT have a little bit more integrity, whereas the people that sell on StockX, they just sell the pairs that they are not happy with. You know what I mean? Definitely. So I've been going with GOAT lately, and until a couple weeks ago when I had the issue with COVID. Granted, I understand what goes on with COVID. I understand the delays, but I was just kind of like baffled at their lack of like customer service and like letting me know, hey, things are messed up right now, just hold off. Like it was just no response. And for me, like I don't mess with no response. I understand things are going on, but like let me know that something's going on. You know what I mean? But until then, like for me, I just rather go through GOAT, and like this right here is just like solidify that for selling, I'm gonna keep going through. I mean, for buying, I'm gonna keep going through GOAT. You know,
I definitely feel like exactly what you're saying. There's a higher quality of seller on GOAT than StockX.
Right.
Like, and even with the authentication as well. Like I haven't had any issues.
I think StockX is too big, so I think everybody sells on StockX, and I don't think that everybody knows about GOAT. I mean, GOAT is big. Don't get me wrong, but I think, like you said, it's more like the people that sell on there is just a little bit more integrity. But go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, and it's just like it's a more mature seller on GOAT.
Exactly.
Because you're not just rushing to lower the price the entire time.
Exactly.
People just get that panic, but like. I wonder what's going to happen with eBay, because there's still a lot of people that don't trust eBay. Like me personally, I'm not going to buy on eBay. I'll sell on eBay.
I bought one shoe on eBay since the whole shoe thing happened.
What shoe was it?
The 4s. I bought another pair of those 4s.
Did the seller double box when they shipped?
They did, and I used but that was like somebody like is like a legit like time. Good feedback and like but that's the only thing. And it also was like I had like a code that like brought the price of the shoe. Like I pretty much bought them for retail again, you know.
Gotcha.
And so that's why I did that. For me, I mean, going in StockX is just more convenient than eBay in the sense of like just because on eBay you gotta find the shoe. Like I think eBay, like if they want to compete, they need to like build a system like the one that's on GOAT and StockX, where it's
a more
like,
organized platform.
Yeah, even if it's like a separate app or something, like an extension of eBay, like eBay shoes or something like that.
It's a good idea, man.
Because even when you buy like a used shoe on GOAT, like it's still a lot easier to go through than it is on than eBay. But I wonder because I feel like if eBay does that, they would have to like hire people who can like legitimize pictures to put up, just like GOAT does and things like that for like used shoes and things like that. So I mean, it won't be that easy, but I feel like that's what eBay needs to like really compete. Like I think dropping fees and dropping prices can only do so much. Like, I think so, you know. But for me, like StockX is gonna be like my last place to go for buying shoes. You know what I mean?
The thing with eBay too, like I would say that like
but StockX still has Supreme and things like that. Like if I want to buy, like granted, like Supreme, like I wasn't gonna buy it, but there was a shirt that came off Supreme. This was before the fees. I think the price was like maybe 60s or 70s, and by the end of everything, it was like $100. Yeah. It's like that's not dope, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. You were saying something?
Like, as a seller personally, I think this is going to be the type of thing that like does push buyers to eBay, push a little bit of the demand for shoes to eBay.
Yeah.
So like it's definitely like I'm looking forward to it, because if it means there are certain things that StockX, there are certain things that move slower on eBay, right? That like if you're bringing more people over to the marketplace, like it's good for the people that are selling the stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
Should be interesting to see where this goes.
Yeah.
But I just know I saw nobody that was happy with the StockX thing, you know.
Especially because of what you were saying in the beginning too. Like, it's not going to be like if they showed the price of the shoe
straight
with
out
the fees, or at least show it with the fees and without tax, like, or even on the first page. It's like
once you place the bid thing,
after you click the bid, show when you're placing the bid what the total cost is going to be.
Because it's like, I think it's a. I bet you they did the hire some psychologists or something, but I'm sure there's some type of psychology that goes in there where it's like when you're in New York and like those hustlers try to sell you their mixtapes and they put their mixtapes in your hand and it already be like makes you more likely to give them money for it. It's the same thing. It's like, so you're gonna buy it and then you're doing a review purchase and then you see that other price, you're too far gone. You're not gonna be like, I mean, like you might, you know, but like if you don't have that money, but if you do, you're just gonna be like, F it, I'm just gonna go through and that's just what it is, you know?
Definitely.
But yeah, no, it's crappy. But.
Yeah, and let us know what you guys think too. Like, is this gonna affect your purchasing habits? Are you gonna stop purchasing on StockX with the additional 3% fee? That goes into effect the 22nd too, like of April. So by the time this episode's live, more than likely, that's gonna be in effect for any new purchases that you make on StockX.
So it's the 22nd, I think, right?
Yeah, 22nd. Yep.
Cool.
All right.
You were showing me an article by
Matt Welty.
Complex. About the SBs or old SBs worth the hype. And what do you think? I mean, we're not going to read the article over here with you guys, but the gist of it, I could, like, for me, like, I agree with, like, for me, like, this is just today, actually, I was going back and forth with somebody, not going back and forth, but we're talking about this dude on Instagram. I think he posted a picture of Puffin Stuffs, and I was just kind of like, how it's funny how when these shoes came out, I remember Puffin Stuffs coming out, and that was a shoe that sat on every single website. And like that was a shoe that you could get. Like I don't think I'm exaggerating, but you could get those shoes were available for months. Like I don't think I'm hyping it. Like I think those were available for months, and nobody was buying them. Nobody. And now if you go on StockX, like I don't know the price off the top of my head, but I think it's like close to 400. You know, and it's like so yeah, and it's like for me, like things like that. When I see things like that, I'm like, yeah, like old Nike SBs are not worth the hype, you know. And it's like even like it goes back and forth, like in the same sense. Like for example, I think Pee-wees right now go for like 700 or something like that.
Yeah.
If I had bread, I think I'd drop 700 on some Pee-wees, you know. Like, and I think again, like we set the prices for the shoes. Like something like it's not to be cliche, but the saying one man's trash is another man's treasure. Like there's a thing that somebody like won't take 2 looks at, but then somebody else will drop like, you know, bread on it. Again, like I'm in no position right now in my financial situation to drop 700 on some Pee-wees. But if I had a little bit more money than I do right now, like when I say a little bit, like I'm living like real good, I would drop 700 on some Pee-wees. Yeah. I'd drop the price of those Dooms, you know what I mean? But the price has risen lately a lot with this Kylie Jenner wore MF Dooms and then the price like rose in like the same day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like for me, I'm like, man, that's kind of whack, but at the same time, that's just how it goes, you know what I mean?
I almost wonder, like, is it because like we're obviously coming in from the perspective having seen that initial release,
right? Because we've been there, we were there, yeah.
We were there when that was actually released, and so like, is it almost more just like the people who are seeing it now, this is something new to them.
Right.
People are wearing a lot more like, I don't want to say different stuff because like there's always been people who dress differently no matter what age. But like, I just feel like something like the Puffin stuff, even though I don't visually think that they look good, like I can see how a kid who is getting into Nike SBs, this is like something that's like...
They see them and it's like, whoa, yeah.
It's like, this is crazy Nike SB that's going on. But
I think that's 100% part of it because it's like for me and you, like we were there and it's like, what? Like those? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the same thing for like old heads who like remember when Jordans came out and you could just walk to a Foot Locker and just buy them, you know?
Yeah.
And now like those same Jordans go for like hundreds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I think it's the same thing. It's funny, I was talking to my cousin, and she she's older. Like she's like, I don't want to put her age out because she kind of listens to this. But anyway, she's like a generation above us, and she was talking about how she would like walk into a store for like some of the more recent releases and be like, oh yeah, y'all got the the 11s or something like that. I don't know if that's what she said exactly, but like. And they be like, "Oh, they sold out." Like, it's like, what do you mean they sold out? Because for her, like, she comes from a time where it's like you could just walk in the store and get like a hype Jordan and still be available in the store that day, you know. And it's like, and me and you, like, we definitely used to walk into Elite, like, unless it was like a hype release, like let's say a Dino Jr. or like an MF Doom or something like that. We could walk in like, where'd you get your Pee Wees from? Did you get them from Elite, or I got mine from CSS, but it wasn't, or CCS. I forgot what it was.
Remember for real? That's a minute ago.
But like, it definitely wasn't like I wasn't over here on my computer like camping out to cop them. You know what I mean? Like,
I remember the Bics when I copped them from Val Surf like months after they had released.
Right, you could just go get them.
They
You
just
know
had
what I
some
mean?
extra pairs laying around.
Right, and it's the same thing like for like Pee Wees. I'm pretty sure like Elite just had them. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure like if I went in the store that day, I could have just copped, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. I got my hands on a lot of like the hype shit back then, like, you know, Moneki Nekos, like, and I definitely wasn't paying
Money
like
Cats, those were nice, man.
Yeah, I wasn't paying resale for those, you know what I mean? I don't think I did at least, because I think I had the lows and the highs. There's no way I paid resale for those back then. But yeah, so it's like, so I mean, I get what the dude is saying, because I do think there are some shoes that are out right now that are not.
Yeah, the price, especially because like those small sizes, the price is just so ridiculous that it's like not even necessary. Like
I think mochas go for a little bit of money right now.
Yeah,
and
the
like,
mochas are
again, mochas were
$100.
another one of those shoes that was just like sitting. You know what I mean?
And like even like I understand like the ones that are like very unique and special. Like I understand those because it's just a special, like
for sure, like
a Tiffany low going for a lot,
right?
You know, a Stussy low going for a lot. Like all those were like nice shoes. Like I understand that, but there's a lot of older stuff that's just super high for no reason other than that it's old.
And it's really funny. It's just because of the hype, you know, because of the hype that's been building recently, you know. And my thing is like, I wonder if there's gonna be another crash. I wonder if it's like gonna be like, I wonder how long this will last. And I already think that Nike SB is kind of like, I feel like Nike SB, I'm starting to feel the same way I felt about Yeezy pumping out a whole bunch of shoes. I feel like the same way with Nike SB right now, whereas they're like, I feel like they're putting out a lot. I was talking to Nick a couple of days ago, and I forgot which SB I was talking to him about, and he was like, man, like Nike SB's putting a lot of shoes, and I never thought about it. And I was like, wow, like you are absolutely right. Like they're pumping a lot more than I don't think they were pumping out that many shoes last year. You know, I could be wrong, but like it just seems like there's a lot coming out lately, and it's just like, oh, y'all about to shoot yourselves in the foot again, like before, you know, and you know, with like these funny looking shoes, you know, the Ben and Jerry's, you know, so
I think as long as they look good, as long as they're wearable shoes, which is like what we talked about a little bit last week. But I think as long as that's the case,
that's true,
and they're not all the same,
right?
Then I'm with it. But I mean, like back to whether the old SBs are worth it. Like there are a ton that like I would love to, but I'm just never gonna be able to get now.
Yeah,
and like what you wonder too is like, can you even wear any of those old pairs, even if you get them anyway?
Yep, you would have to get a very near their stock pair, or like a pair that's worn already.
Yeah, worn but kept in good condition.
Exactly,
you
know, because like MF Dooms came out 2008. That's over 12 years ago. That's 12 years ago, bro.
Those things aren't going to be
12-year-old shoe. That's not going to be good. Like them joints, you're going to come out. I'm just going to blow up.
Oh, man.
3,000 for Heinekens,
bro. 03.
No,
that's my size too. I guess that's what their sales are at. But like these are some sexy ass shoes.
No, I love the Heinekens.
I love the Heinekens. I
would not pay 4,000 for them,
I would
bro.
definitely wouldn't pay that. But that's wild.
Yeah, even if I had bread, I wouldn't pay that for them, yo.
That's
crazy. A lot, bro. Yeah, I agree. Some old SBs are not worth it.
All right.
Nah, but it's very nostalgic. And for me, like, SBs will always be like my favorite shoes, just in the sense that like that's the first shoe I like started collecting. That's the first shoe I was like, I want like to buy these, you know?
Yeah.
And so I always have a special place in my heart, you know? Always.
Definitely. It's definitely what brought me like into
SB Dunk specifically.
Yeah, SB Dunk specifically is what brought me like into like, cause like I always wore sneakers. Like I had T-Max and stuff back in middle school, and like
I had Sean Carter's.
Remember
those?
Oh, the Jay-Z.
You used to give me so
50
much shit about those. You're like, man, these shoes got no soul, man. Like you was just shitting on me, dog. And I was like, nigga, like, can I just wear these? Like I like these. Okay?
I remember doing that. That's hilarious.
I remember. Like you made me take. No, don't apologize, man. It's funny. You made me take them off in the middle of in high school.
Yo.
You was just going through. I'm like, man, these shoes got no soul.
I was a bully like that.
I was fresh. You weren't bullying me.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
I was fresh off the boat. and I had no idea that's what you called. Like, I thought you meant like literally soul, SOUL.
Oh.
And I was like, what does he mean? And then like that's when I realized that shoes have soles, like the sole of a shoe, and it's like, so yeah. Funny story for y'all. Yo, Yaky let me know what soul means in shoe by shitting on my shoes. Nah, I play with y'all. Nah, it was good times, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nah. I remember you always working sneakers, Never forget the duck walk with the Air Forces the first time.
Keep them crispy, man.
Dude, what was the first time you finally realized, fuck it, I'm just going to crease them?
Honestly, like
what was that moment?
It was probably later. It's probably after I was done wearing Forces, because like Forces, I stopped wearing those.
So you duck walked all over for them shoes?
Yeah, man. Oh, well, I mean, you're saying
like,
for
was there a
each
point
pair.
like with those Forces you're like,
Gotcha.
whatever, I'm just gonna
probably
walk
once I started getting grass or jean stains on them was when I would just like sort of let them go.
It's like, okay,
yeah,
I got you.
I remember the rubber bands around the jeans.
I never did that, man. But that was big. Was that a DMV thing, or was that an everybody thing?
I guess you guys let us know, man, because I don't really know outside of DMV if people that did that or not.
That was definitely like.
Did you guys put rubber bands around your jeans?
I never did that. The rubber bands around the jeans, and then you tie the little hoodie. You get like the little hoodie at the top. Not even a hoodie, but like the zip up jacket, and they would like tie the strings at the top and leave it open.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I didn't do that.
With a tall tee.
But I remember what you were talking about. I didn't do that, though.
Yeah.
I was definitely rocking tall tees and soft socks, though.
True. Man, good times.
Man. Yeah. I look back at the way I used to dress. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild, man. Oh, man. But, okay, so let's get into some releases. So just a quick recap of what dropped over the weekend and the past week.
Yeah.
We had the Yeezy 350 linens. We had the Jordan 6 DMPs. And then one that we didn't talk about last week was the Casablanca. New Balances. What do you think of those?
I like those, man. Like I actually, they were not on my radar at all. I kind of like saw some people talk about it in the morning after they dropped, and I went on the Nike Talk New Balance thread, and I saw people talking about it. I was like, I kind of wish I knew about them so I could try for them, but I was like, not really, because they got botted out anyway. So there was no way I would have been able to cop them, There's only one site, like the New Balance site dropped them at midnight, and like I was like not fully paying attention, and so like I saw the link right when it dropped. I could have easily added a cart and checked out, but I was like, what shoes are these? Like what? Gotcha. I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh damn. I saw Kith dropped them too. And I think there was another site that Bodega, people were saying they struck out on those too.
Yeah, Kith is like, if you're not using a bot, Kith is not possible to cop. Yeah, it's not.
That's awesome, man.
it's just not possible, literally.
I love it. Yeah. If you're not RoboCop, you're not gonna get this shoe. Yeah, if you're not the guy from Blade Runner, you're not gonna get these shoes. Sorry, guys. Be faster. No, that's wild, dog. But these are dope. I don't think I would like. I definitely could let them pass. Yeah, for 100%. But like, if I definitely could have, I think they're a dope shoe.
You like the green or the orange better?
I kind of like both, man. Like, it's really hard, man. But like, green's one of my favorite colors. But like, orange is like. Orange could be dope too, man. Like even the Syracuse's, man, I go back and forth, but it's like even that orange is just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, the DMPs, I kind of slept for the DMPs, but I really don't. Again, that's not a show I'm gonna like try to get, but I would have tried just on some like, let me see if sneakers gonna hook me up today, And it's like, I like the DMPs, and the linens, you all know how I feel about Yeezys, but those are cool.
Yeah. Those actually did better than people expected them to do.
Yeah, you said it was like limited pairs with those.
Yeah, the stock number was lower than what people were thinking it was going to be.
True.
And it was lower than because like the Marshes. It's funny how things like it doesn't really matter what things are in terms of what they call them in terms of exclusive. Because like the Marshes were Yeezy Supply exclusive.
Yeah.
But had more stock on Yeezy Supply than they had stock for these linens that released in Foot Lockers.
Gotcha.
And released on Yeezy Supply and on Adidas.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
So
but
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where they release. It just really matters about the stock numbers that they have. Yeah.
Sounds like a okie doke.
Yeah, but those Casablancas personally, I don't like them.
Yeah.
They also really weren't on my radar. Like I did see some stuff about them before the release, but like I wasn't tracking them seriously.
I got you.
I'm trying to save my money until these Fear Gods come up.
It's funny, man. I like New Balances, man. It's like it's I don't collect them. I mean, it's another one of those cases where like retail is just like a lot more than like the other shoes than Dunks or something like that. But like I've always liked New Balances. I just never like went into them like deep like that. You know what I mean? Like the only ones I've had were like the straight rats joints, but there's been like, but even like if I could get like a plain like 990, like the gray ones, like the ones that DC dudes be wearing, like that's a classic shoe to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, I like those.
You're also saying for the Casablancas when we were talking before the show that because like right now they're sitting above 300 in most sizes for resale.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go down.
You think it's gonna go down?
I think it's gonna be a similar case that of this. I'm not comparing them to the straight rats joints, but I think it's gonna be a similar case of like people with bots knowing that people wanted these, so they just bought it. They just bought it the hell out of it, and it's just gonna sit for a while until the price goes down. Because I think that's exactly what happened with the straight rats, where it's like when it first came out, it was like people try to sell them for like $450, and then now if you go on StockX, they're like $250, which is like not that much above retail, you know?
Yeah.
Until all the fees and everything, but that's StockX making money, not you.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna be the same thing. I think you disagree, but like for me, like I don't see these staying at like 3-something. Maybe they will, but even then, I don't think 3-something is like a terrible price. But I think they're gonna go down below 3. Like for my size, like those are pair that already sold for $250. If that seller's gonna ship or not, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But and again, like it hasn't been like that many like sales of them yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, personally, I disagree with the fact that they're gonna. I mean, yes, they're gonna come down in price once people start getting pairs in hand, but
Right.
I think this is gonna be a pair that's gonna stay 300 or more, pretty much, and then go up slowly over time.
True.
As less and less people get them, because this is the type of shoe, in my opinion, after the initial wave of resellers, because of the bold coloring, like it's a different silhouette than what you typically see. Even though I guess those ALD weren't those 327s as well.
Yeah.
The Amy Leon Dore collab, I think those were 327s. But anyways, it's like a different color scheme, and it's like just a different looking New Balance. That like I do think that the price is going to stay pretty high on these, but we'll see what it looks like in a month or so.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say I just don't think that. I mean, I don't know like how high like New Balances usually go for. You know what I mean? Or like people buying
those
them.
were 827s, not 327s.
But if they're not like Nike resellers, like what does these ones go for?
Right here?
Yeah, these are 827s.
But
Those
like,
are ugly.
It's just something. It's an ugly shoe to me. Like the other ones look decent at least.
Yeah.
But these were selling for a little bit of time. But you can see that the price, even big size, is still
but
still
that's
hitting
though, right?
Nah, but I mean, big size is still hitting mid 250, 260, 280,
True.
290.
What was retail? 150.
Retail on the StockX be getting it wrong sometimes. They say 150, but yeah,
looks pretty low for New Balances.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean we'll see. You know, but for me, I just think it's
because that looks so much better than the other shoe.
the green ones.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying like this silhouette and
It
just looks way better than those 827 Amy Leon Dore.
No, those are dope. I never seen those 327s before, but that's like if you're like a Miami Hurricanes fan, that's a perfect colorway.
Yeah, it is. Mad comfy too, walking around the games. Yeah.
What game, nigga? Like,
True.
no
Ain't no season.
So let's get into some new releases.
Yep.
First one is 420 Dunks, which I don't think are coming out.
Really?
Tomorrow is 420. And where have you seen anything announced about these?
I've seen, I think, a raffle.
Yeah, you told me that, and you still haven't shown me that raffle.
Oh, I didn't send it to you? Was that?
I don't think you did. But like, for me, and also like 420 pairs. Like, are they dropping these? Like a full size one is 12, right? 12 shoes. If it's a 420, that means only 35 stores are getting these. Like stores are. I just don't know where these gonna come out at.
But aren't the 420 shoes always uber limited anyway? Like super limited.
I don't think so. I could have that wrong, but I don't think so.
The thing I don't understand is like
the skunks and stuff. I don't think the skunks were like limited. I mean, like not any more limited than like any other like. Not 120 pairs limited, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. The thing I don't understand is like, what happened to the strawberry cough?
Well, apparently, like, there's a dude I know. Shout out to on Instagram. He's Dunked at SB, and name is Cam. And I think he's friends with or close with the people that run Alpine. And apparently, they told him that the coughs are getting pushed back until like at least their order is getting pushed back at least like for like another 2 months or so.
Yeah.
You know? And for me, like that sounds about right on some like COVID situation, you know what I mean? I don't know.
But you know what I mean though, right? Because like these 420 dunks just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
out of nowhere.
Yeah, like
I agree.
completely,
Like I think I feel like we found out about them like a week ago.
Yeah, like very recently, and then all of a sudden they're releasing.
I wouldn't be surprised if if the plan was to drop these in the strawberry cause.
Gotcha.
The same way that they had the luckies and unluckies, whereas like the luckies, that was like a surprise type situation. The luckies was way more limited than the unluckies.
Yeah, that would make sense too, because like the artwork on the insole looks like it's done by the same person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they look very similar. But the thing is, like I said though, like I'm on Nike SB or nothing every day, and they haven't tomorrow is 420, and they haven't announced anything about these dropping unless they're doing like a uber shock drop, like nobody knowing about, but like, which I find hard to believe, but it's possible. But like 420 pairs, they're gonna shut down the internet.
Yeah, if it loads onto Nike, like people will know about it. So
and they haven't said anything.
Yeah,
right?
no one said anything.
That's not going to be on sneakers. There's no way sneakers is going to upload 420 sneakers.
You don't think so? But
I mean, I don't know. You know better than
where else? Where else would it release then? That's the thing. Like where else could that release?
That's why I don't think they're coming out. That's why I don't think they're coming out.
Okay.
You know, like I'd be surprised if these come out.
All right. So I guess we'll see by the time.
By the time you guys listen to this episode, you guys will know.
So don't give us too much flack for not knowing.
But it's like as far as 416, this website says Nike releases official photos April 20th. But it's like that's tomorrow, fam. Like that is tomorrow. Would you rock these?
Would I rock them?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't like these.
I mean, I like them. I wouldn't rock them though, but I do like the way they look.
Yeah.
But I can't have 1 out of 420 print on the side of my shoe. At least, no.
Why not? Just the number, or the fact that it's 420.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to wear it to work. I feel like. I guess I could. You could pull this off.
Yeah, nah.
Like
Nobody's gonna look at your shoe.
People throwing some judgment. I do like the nappy suede though. Like I always love me some nappy suede.
Yeah. That's kind of the same suede they use for the skunks, I think, right? And it looks like the same one for the strawberry calves too.
Yeah, it does. Even though it's just like such a terrible photo of those available.
Yeah, it looks like it was taken with a Nokia 420.
Yeah. That insole.
Yeah, that's another one of those shoes where it's like cool execution. Would not wear them.
I definitely wear the 420 purple skunk over the strawberry cough.
Oh, 100%.
Like, yeah, that outsole on strawberry cough. I don't know what's going on there, but
100%.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Okay, so those may or may not be coming on the 20th. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We got on the 24th and the 25th, we got some region locked Yeezys. So this is something that we've seen twice now this year with 2 different colors of this 700 MNVN. So we've got 2 more coming. Again,
that 700 on the side is just so ugly.
It's so ugly. I don't understand.
Like there's just like no point for it whatsoever, dog.
So honestly, I think that they felt like they needed to make some change because on the side there for normal 700s, that was where all the different materials like came together.
Right.
So it's like it would have just been really weird without something there. So, but that 700 is not it.
It's an Adidas shoe. Put 3 stripes. Put something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's just so ugly to me, man. Like it kills the shoe. The white ones look better than the other one.
Yeah.
But like that's just so ugly to me, man.
Yeah.
It looks uglier in the phosphorus.
Yeah, the
phosphor joints.
Yeah. There's a phosphorus one and then the bone one. But yeah, I agree. The bone looks better.
The bone looks better. That white just looks better.
Yeah, but still not a shoe I would wear personally.
Yeah.
And
something about the number, just something about it just looks weird.
Yeah.
It looks like
it is 3M, which like it will look different in different lights. But yeah, no, I agree with you.
Sure. This dude loves 3M, yo.
Yeah.
But give him a piece of shit. Hey man, the 3M on this. Nah, I'm playing.
Nah, you good, man. You good. I do like me some 3M,
you
man.
You do love 3M, dog.
I do. I love
You made sure to point out the 3M on the alphas too. For me. Like, yeah, man, the inside's 3M. Like, wow, dude. The white one looks a lot better to me than the bone ones as they called.
Yeah. Well, the bone is the white.
But you said these are region locked?
Yeah, the region locked. So what I'm curious about is the 2 MNVNs before the black ones and the orange ones.
Yeah.
Those are region locked. So
that's a funny region lock though. Los Angeles, Paris, and Shanghai. That's 3 continents right there.
Yeah, well that's the same what they did for the orange pair was Los Angeles,
Los Angeles,
Los Angeles, Paris, and Shanghai.
True.
And then for the black pair, it was New York, London, Tokyo. That's what the Phosphorus is this time.
Gotcha.
New York, London, Tokyo. So, but like before they did it in-store only releases in those places. So like,
oh yeah, it's gonna be online.
It's gonna be online. So I'm assuming that they're gonna force them to limit the shipping to only the places.
Yeah.
But then people can just reship. I don't know. We'll see.
They look like those Nikes. I looked at the in-foot photo, on-foot photo. They don't look like those Nikes. What you know what I'm talking about? What do you call them? Elements?
Oh, the Element React, yeah.
Yeah, the material or whatever.
Yeah, I like see-through.
That's not what I expected them to look like on foot. I thought they'd be more solid like the Alphas or something. But,
yeah.
You know?
A little different.
Yeah, he's all right, but he's not real, you know?
All right. So then on the 25th, we also have the Air Fear of God 1s in the triple black. I believe we talked about these before. They were supposed to release on like Valentine's Day or some shit.
Yeah.
But they got pushed back. So like, is there beef between Jerry Lorenzo and Nike?
Yeah, that's what you were to. You got to tell me. That's your boy.
I mean, so.
But here's my thing. Like, I think I asked you, and it's like, was there beef? Was there some situation?
Some
was
fake
there
ass
not?
rumor.
Or is this a situation where it's like they had the shoes made, they didn't want to put them out, but now that there's nothing coming out and they need to make money, they're just putting it out? Because like I figured you were on top of it when I sent you the link on Sneak. I just saw them pop up on sneakers.
Yeah.
And did Nike just put them out? Was there like a press release for them before or something? I don't know. And they just put them out, and you know.
Yeah,
we'll see what's good.
Yeah, I've been seeing stuff about them. I just didn't know that they were coming out on sneakers that soon. You know what I mean? That soon, because I was like, it went from like nothing existing to like, oh, okay, here's a shoe now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but again, I still feel the same way I felt about them before, which is that I wish that the shoe wasn't all black.
They come with a condom?
Nah, they come in like a. They come in like a. It's like a resealable like plastic, like bag, but it's like metallic plastic.
So that's why I'm just called 350. Like, yeah, here's this extra stuff you guys don't need. 350.
But you see what I'm saying? Just like looking through these pictures, like you're missing the details by them being all black.
Yeah.
But like I can also see that appealing to some people because you have like this rugged looking tall shoe that's all black. But I still prefer the string that's I'm never gonna get my hands on.
Them joints still look like shoes that are like worn in like Rome and like BC or something. Dog, like niggas about to
with a shield,
get a sword and just go fighting. This is an apocalyptic shoe.
Oh yeah, it should have been on my top list.
Definitely wear.
Should have been on my list, man. Got some ankle support. You can 100%.
Nigga, basketball I was slicing niggas' neck so hard with a knife with these, man. Look at these, yo. Oh man, and then play basketball with them after.
And play basketball. Yeah,
it's like. Yeah.
But so that's the 25th. So.
What's the word between like amongst people who like fear God stuff? Like,
I think people
do they like these shoes.
People are liking them. Yeah,
true.
Yeah, I think people are liking them for sure. People the mess with the Fear of God 1s.
Yeah, I don't like any of these shoes, but like I think these. I really don't like the black ones. Like usually, like black shoes could be done so well, but like you said, it's a thing of like the details.
Yeah,
like. I'd rather like you said. I think the string ones, or the string ones, the one that has like the little white and black.
Yeah, the string. That's at the bottom of this article.
Yeah,
but like if you go all the way down,
these ones,
right there. That's the string.
Like those are a lot better.
Yeah.
You know,
agreed, man. Agreed.
Yeah, it's interesting, but you know,
yeah. So the Noir Fear of God 1 is dropping on the 25th.
Yeah.
So that's really it. Again, another light week for sneaker releases.
Yeah, it's gonna keep getting lighter and lighter.
Yeah, seriously. And like again, there's always chances of stuff popping in or stuff that we're missing. So it's not an exhaustive list. Check with your sneaker newses and Sneaker Bar Detroit's and all the other sneaker sites if you're looking for more of that info, especially some more of like the GR stuff because there's still tons of GR stuff releasing.
For sure.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this? So going into news, I'll let you get the first one.
Yeah.
It's your boy.
Yeah, my boy. I don't know if he's my boy still, but so there was a.
Nah, that's your boy.
I believe it was with GQ he did the interview with, but
I didn't read that article just because I was like kind of waiting for people to like. I was waiting for the highlights.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like I don't have time to read a Kanye article anymore.
I don't be reading articles like that. So
I read articles, just not Kanye.
No, I don't really be reading articles.
Yeah.
But so Kanye, in the interview, I believe he was asked the question of whether he would be okay with Nike retroing his Air Yeezys, and his answer was yes.
Yeah.
So it's like the question of, would you want to see that? Would you say?
I wouldn't buy them, but yes, I would like to see
Okay.
that. Just because, like, for me, I'm all for the retro. I think more shoes should be retro. Like, I'm kind of mad at Nike for not retroing more. I'm mad at some of the shoes that retro and some of the shoes that they don't. Like, me as an SB head, like, going back to the article about old SBs, like, to me, like, Nike should be retroing old SBs. Not put out a shoe that looks like the old one and they tweak the thing. No, man. Put the same exact shoe out again, you know? Like, just do that. And for me, it's the same thing with those Yeezys, because I think, like, I feel like any shoe where it's, like, what the market is, it's already like, because I'm sure those Yeezys go for like thousands now.
Yeah.
And it's like, just bring the market down, you know, because like for people that actually want them, for people that like Yeezy and that will get those, you know what I mean? Like, for me, like, when I was younger, like when those Yeezy ones first came out, like I definitely wanted those. Like, I remember like trying to get them. Like, I really wanted the black and pink ones. Even if I wanted I wanted those shoes, bro. I think there were 3 colors because there was like a beige one, the black and pink, and like the gray one. I wanted at least the black and pink and the gray ones. And young Reggie could not get them. It's just no like. Cause I think the releases for them were like extra limited for those shoes. Like, you had to like definitely line up, definitely be at a store. Like, I don't even think there were like that many crazy online releases for them. I'm not crazy about the Yeezy 2s, but like I know other people are. So yeah, like I think for sure like they should do it, you know? Like, I think it's something that people would definitely want. I wonder if there'll be some type of actually I guess not, because if he says he's okay with it, I don't think Adidas really has a say whether they can do it or not, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's all Nike's property.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It would just be a question of whether Kanye would throw a big fit if they went to actually retro it.
Right.
So with that off the table.
But apparently he said he'd be cool with it, right?
Yeah.
So what do you feel about it? Do you think it'd be like, are you for it?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely for it.
Yeah. Would you try to grab them?
The Yeezy 2s, maybe. I don't like the ones as much as I like the 2s.
The ones are just mad bulky, you know?
Yeah.
They're just like a bulky shoe. But the 2s, I just don't like how... I think the 2s are less bulky, but I don't really like love them. And maybe like the Kyries like ruined them for me because like...
Yeah, because they look similar.
Right, because now I see them and I kind of see the Kyries.
Yeah.
That one specific model of the Kyries.
Yeah.
Still a dope shoe, man. And it's like... It's just funny, like, kind of. I don't think Nike would have ever gave Kanye the freedom that he got as Adidas, because basically Kanye went to Adidas and got what Jordan got at Nike, you know, and Nike wouldn't have done that, you know.
No, they wouldn't have done that. That's the reason.
Nah, because I think Jordan's the only person they've done it with, you know, and but it'd be interesting to see like what he could have done with Nike, you know what I mean?
I almost wonder too if like. There's some pride on Nike's end. They don't even want to retro it because... I
mean, they kind of broke off on some, like, a sour note. Like, they, like, left on, like, him just, like, talking, like, mad, you know? Even on that, not the Kanye joint, he's on a Tyler song, Smuckers, and he was like... Nike gave a lot of checks, but I'm the only nigga that ever checked Nike, and it's like he's just over there just like
talking trash,
you know, talking trash. Like they didn't go into like. So I think Nike might even be like, after this dude, it's like, I think Nike, like you said, on some price shit, like they don't need to retro his shoes. You know what I mean? Like they really don't need to do that. You know, so watch them retro it and fuck it up on purpose.
Just like change stuff about it.
Just put out the silhouette, do like. Nah, but it'd be interesting. But I would definitely welcome it. I think it'd be dope.
Yeah, I definitely would
for
too.
The people, you know.
Yeah, especially because like I think for me it was like a time that I wasn't as much paying attention to sneakers.
Yeah.
Like I was still buying sneakers and like getting my regular GR stuff, but like hype stuff wasn't on my mind at all. I didn't have money. I think probably what year would that have been?
That had to be like, because I remember being in college for those
college,
things.
Yeah,
so
college.
I had to be like 2010 and
I was playing football or doing other stuff. I wasn't paying attention.
But I think I want to say retail for those shoes were like $350. Also, that was another reason like I wasn't really getting them, because it was like I'm not paying no $350 like for these shoes, you know, not back then. You know,
so it'd definitely be a nice thing to have now, but not something that I would. I would be like if it happened and I couldn't get them, I wouldn't be like, oh man, like it sucks. You know what I mean? It'll be whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
So then this next thing,
super sad.
Yeah, you brought it up to me last week.
Yeah.
This is definitely like a change of tone about everything we just talked about.
Yeah.
A teenager got killed during a robbery attempt. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. So I'm trying to remember what state it was in. I think it was in Florida. Yeah. So they like it was just like 18-year-old girl. She like went to meet up and was like,
It was a girl.
It was a girl. Yeah, she was selling sneakers to like two people, and so like they were both there. Then one of the people was like, "Can I try them on?" She's like, "Yeah." The other person that was with like went somewhere else, and then like pulled up later, and just like opened fire on the car that was, I think it was her and she was with her boyfriend in the car.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I was gonna say, like, whenever I don't think I've ever sold shoes in person. I've definitely bought shoes in person at Tyson's from Dizzy. Shout out to Dizzy. But like, it's just like, I always say bring somebody with you, but in that situation, bringing somebody with you doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Like if they have a gun, unless you go with somebody that's also strapped, you know. And but even then, that's like, it's a matter of if you see that person that's coming, and it's like, it's just unfortunate, man. With like the kind of like with these sneakers, like we love these shoes, but like it's also something that unfortunately some idiots feel like it's a thing to like shoot people over with.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
Shoes, man.
And it's like, because I've seen like things of like this is like, I saw this on the news a long time ago where like some dude was walking in New York and someone like peeped his shoes and they like basically beat him up and like stole his shoes off his feet, and then they try to like sell it at Flight Club or something like that. But it's like, bro, like you can't even sell the shoes for that much without the box. You know what I mean? It's like you're selling the shoes off of. So for me, I try to say this. It's like, it's just not like I don't understand the mindset of like killing somebody over the shoes. Like, just put the gun at me and tell me you want the shoes. I'll just give them to you, dog.
Yeah.
You know, like it's really not worth it.
It's not worth it at all.
At all. But like even just to rob somebody over them, it's just like, it's just an unfortunate situation, you know? You know what part of Florida it was in?
I don't know. I just see that the Miami Herald who's reporting on it, but it doesn't.
So maybe it was Miami if Miami Herald reported on it, but like.
Oh yeah, so the two people were arrested and are being held in Miami-Dade jail.
Yeah, it's definitely Miami.
So yeah,
that just sucks.
Charged with
man.
second-degree murder, attempted murder, and attempted armed robbery.
For nothing,
for $935 worth of shoes. like what?
You could do that. Like you could do that at a job, yo.
Yeah, man, that's like, wild. Yeah. That's wild, and like that's like, be careful when you're going out there. Like even me, like I'm selling some stuff, right? Like I'm selling switches and stuff like that. So like, I don't.
Damn, you selling switches for people to beat their kids with?
Yeah, man, right off the tree, bro.
It's tough times. Your kids are at home right now. Parents getting mad. Get the fuck out of here.
But like I'm concerned too. You know what I mean? Like you have to be careful. Like this one person was like, "Oh yeah, meet me at my apartment building," and I was like, "Why don't we just like go to a public place?" It's like, okay, well, there's security and stuff. I was like, okay, fine, but still. What's
the issue with security being there?
No, just like there's security for like us to be someone else, to like not just be like a random transaction. You know what I mean? So it was in the lobby, but still.
Did you end up meeting with the person?
Yeah.
At their apartment?
Yep.
Okay, true.
Yeah, in the lobby.
That's good. But yeah, no, it's definitely a risk. And like I said, like with shoes, like I'd rather, like especially I had a friend he brought up like he doesn't buy certain shoes over a certain price because he doesn't want to like attract attention when he's like walking in DC. And I never thought about that, you know? And it's like, because for me, like I definitely have shoes that are worth, I don't think that many, but I definitely have shoes that are worth like over 300, maybe close to 4. And even like some Supreme stuff I wear, but you would have to know that that's worth that much for even trying to like rob me about it. But like I don't think about that when I'm out. But then like when he said that, I kind of was like, damn, like maybe I should be like more conscious of it. Like especially if I'm like I'm not worried if I'm like in Reston or something like that. Even if I go to DC, like if I'm on like U Street, like going to your place, I'm not worried. Yeah, you know what I mean. But there could be like that one time, like somewhere like at night or something like that, where it's like a little bit like if I'm around a crowd, I'm not really worried, and I don't really be going places where there's not like crowds and stuff like that. But anything can happen anytime. But it's just shitty that you have to think about that. It's like it's not like I'm wearing a diamond chain or nothing like that. Nigga, it's just shoes, dog.
Yeah,
like
just walking around, man.
It's rubber, it's leather and rubber, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wild, man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. But
so
yeah. Anyways,
anything else?
Well, I didn't watch it last night. This is separate. You know, I feel like every week I talk about the Versus thing on Instagram. So yesterday was Babyface and Teddy Riley. Did you hear anything about it?
No, I didn't.
Well, apparently, Teddy Riley didn't have his sound right at all, and they had to like postpone it, you know? Because like this dude tried to have like a whole production. Like this dude had a band, a DJ.
Like in his house?
It didn't look like, nigga, he had like a camera crew, and it's like, shouldn't you be like, and it's funny, Babyface was throwing shade, because like they were telling him some, like Teddy Riley tried to tell him something about his sounds, like, no, I'm just here by myself, social distancing. And like Teddy Riley would be like on his side with like a camera crew, a DJ, backup dancers, all of that. And it's just
backup
like,
dancers?
He had like one dude that was like, somebody was like, man, he's been trying to get his break since 88. And like the dude was just like, dance, like he's already a meme. Like it's funny, man. And it's just like, I didn't watch the whole thing, because like I saw a little bit and I was like, yeah, this sounds terrible. I'm not gonna watch this. But like, old niggas, man, like they just like not like technology savvy, and it just sucks. Like I feel like Timbaland or Swizz Beatz should have went to their house and just be like, we'll play the songs for you. You know, like all you got to do is hit the space bar. You don't need to do a laptop. You don't need to do anything else, bro. Like just press play, dog. But yeah, man, it's just kind of unfortunate. It's like the memes that came out of it were pretty hilarious, and like I'm happy I didn't waste my time with that garbage. But the memes are like funny, and like there's a part where like Tyrese, he like, because people were like a lot of celebrities, there was a part Snoop Dogg was like, help, you know, and then Tyrese, he wanted to say throw in the towel. Mm-hmm. He said throw in the tile, and everybody was like throw in the tile, Tyrese, like what are you talking about? And then he tried to say, oh no, it was autocorrect, but I don't know how autocorrect was from towel to tile, but anyways, but yeah, now I wonder if they're gonna actually postpone it if it's gonna be like F it, you know. But every time it's been somebody older than 50,
there's been difficulties.
Because like last week with RZA and the DJ Premier, like Premier was straight, but RZA had issues, but then he figured it out. And then this time, well, Babyface was fine, he's 62, but Teddy Riley's like close to 50. I think he's over 50 actually, and there was issues. But yeah, hopefully we'll see if they give us somebody new next week, or they just try to do that again. Yeah, redo it. Word, man. Yeah, it's pretty funny, man. But yeah, I think that's it, man. We'll see what else is going on for the next week.
All right. Thank you guys for being with us for episode 22.
For sure. Peace. We'll see y'all. Peace.